Hello, good evening. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I've been trying to log on for almost 10 minutes.
Welcome back, sir. Good evening, sir.
Tonight, I think we should round up on bond. A quick recap of what we have done so far on bond valuation. We look at how to value bond using spot rates, using forward rates. We have discussed how to calculate spot rates using the information from government's bond. Tonight, our focus is on how to calculate forward rates. Unlike the question we solved last week, the examiner gave us the forward rates. The question we are looking at today is, if you are not given the forward rates, how can you calculate your forward rate? We explained last week that forward rates, we explained forward rates, we explained spot rates. Your forward rates, or let's start with spot rates. Our spot rates, just 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Let's continue. Let's start with spot rates. Spot rates. Your spot rate is the interest rate. Interest rate on zero coupon bond. It is the rate payable now if you are taking a loan or a deposit. Spot rate is usually calculated on zero coupon bond. The spot rate is the yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond. The spot rate. This is the yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond. We can also calculate spot rates on coupon paying bond. Spot rates can also be calculated on coupon paying bond through a process called bootstrapping. You can calculate spot rates on zero coupon bond through a process known as bootstrapping. We have demonstrated that in the course of this class, how to calculate spot rates. We now explain forward rates. Forward rates is the interest rate fixed today. The interest rate that is fixed today for a deposit to be made at a future specified date. forward rates. Interest rates agrees today for a loan or a deposit to be made on a future specified date. For example, if you are to take a loan, you are planning to take a loan in 3 months' time. Your company is planning to take a loan in 3 months' time. You can approach a bank today to agree on the interest rates you are going to pay on the loan you are planning to take in 3 months' time. That interest rate is called interest rate fixed today. Interest rate fixed today for a loan or deposit to be made at a future specified date is called forward rate. Forward rate is denoted by, please look at your screen, FN, M, F, subscript N, M. On loan or deposit, the rate of interest on loan on deposit to begin at the end of year end and maturing at the end of year end. The formula for forward rate, please look at it. Forward rates commencing at the end of year end, maturing at the end of year end is equal to, open a big bracket, then a small bracket, 1 plus R, 1 plus R, subscript OM. Okay, look at it here. 1 plus ROM. Close your bracket, raised to power n, divided by 1 plus RON raised to power n. Close your bracket. 1 over M minus n. Your ROM, spot rate for year M. Year M is the maturity year. Your RON, spot rate for year N. Year N is the commencement year. Your N is the maturity year. Your N is the commencement year. This formula can be used to calculate forward rates. So you may be asked to calculate forward rates. You may be asked to value bond using spot rates. You may be asked to value bond using forward rates. Please look at all the questions we have solved. All right. Please refer to page 155, sorry, 105, question number 6. Page 105 slash 106, question number 6. Let us use this question to demonstrate how to calculate forward rates. This question will be used to demonstrate how to calculate forward rate. To calculate forward rate, you must know the spot rate. To calculate your forward rate, you must know your spot rate. I'm trying to copy the question. So our attention is on calculation of forward rates. Our attention is on calculation of forward rate. All right, the question is there now. We shall start now. Just 1 minute. Okay, we can take advantage of this. Yeah, I'm trying to take advantage of this to make it snappy. All right. Yes, Oluwatosin.
Good evening, sir. Sir, are you sure that it is page 105, 106? Because there's no question
Please, can you
here.
hold on? Let me enable my. I can hardly hear you. Hold on, please.
The page is correct.
You can go ahead now. Tosin, you can go ahead now, please.
Sir, the page that I have here for page 105, it does not have any question here. I have two materials.
Is that possible?
It's actually page 105, question 6.
Page 105, question 6. Your material cannot be
Yes.
different.
The material I have, it does not have question. It's
If
degrees,
others should have
data,
it,
mutual
if
hedging.
others should have it, please can you hold on? If others should have the question, you must have the question. We only have one material distributed. So please, can somebody else confirm this to me?
So let me see the question. Is it
Hello.
one of
The page is
default
correct.
ribbons?
The page is correct.
It's 102. Okay.
Please, the page is fine. Question number 6. All right, we have to move on with the class. Maybe you have opened another thing. It's not possible that it's only one material we share now. Why would other have the material, you not have the material? That's strange. Now let's go to the question. Oh, this thing is playing up in my life. My God, this. Either a big margin, not this small margin. Okay, just 1 minute. So Oluwatosin tries to resolve. Look at the material you are checking.
I've seen it, sir. My own is on page 102.
Ah,
I've seen the question,
well,
but it's on
I
page
don't
102 to 103.
102. I don't know why you want to be 102. I don't know. Just want me. I'm trying to get. I'm trying to copy a margin to use. We shall start now. Oh, okay. Now let's go to the question. I can do this simultaneously. Yeah. Because I know last week we treated question 5. That question 5 was on page 105. Question 6 also on page 105. All right, here's the question. Question 6, page 105. All right, we go to the question quickly. The question says, let me place it on the same page. Okay. Oh, why now? Too much. The following information is on 3 default free bonds. You have the bond ABC. You have the price. You have the coupon rates. You have the redemption value. And you have the maturity. First, what is default free bond? Please note, default free bond, a bond that will not default. That is government bond. Default free bond is government bond. So you are giving 3 default free bonds. Bond A, B, C. You are giving the price of each of the bond. You are giving the coupon rates for each of the bond. You are giving the redemption value for each of the bond. And you are giving the maturity of each of the bond. Requirements A. Estimate 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1 and the 1-year forward rates at the end of year 2. That is the main focus tonight. Estimate 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1 and 1-year forward rates at the end of year 2. Now, the first point, to estimate forward rates, you require the spot rates. To estimate forward rates, you require the spot rates. Now, let's go and look at, let's define what we are told to estimate. You can expand this now. So now let's explain this. 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1. That means I want to calculate 2 years forward rates. This 2 years forward rate will be at the end of year 1. That means at the end of year 1, 2 years, that will take me to year 3. 2 years after year 1 will take you to year 3. So we are going to have, look at it please. First, formula for forward rates. Let us state formula for forward rates. The formula for forward rates, F brackets M, comma M, is equal to a big bracket, then a small bracket, 1 plus R subscript O, comma M, close my bracket, raised to power M divided by 1 plus R O, comma N, raised to power N. Then big bracket, 1 over M minus N, everything minus 1. Now, examiner says the first requirements. Requirements A1. 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1. To convert this to mathematics, it becomes F at the end of year 1. N is year 1. 2 years after, that becomes 3. That is after year 1, 2 years. This is equal to brackets. Remember, this is the first figure is your N. This is N. This is M. 1 plus RO. M is now what? 3. M is 3. Divided by 1 plus RO. N is 1. Raised to power 1. Close your brackets. 1 over 3 minus 1. Everything minus 1. This is the equation for estimating 2-year forward rates at the end of year 1. Your RO3 spot rates for year 3. Your RO1 spot rates for year 1. That means I require spot rate for year 1 and year 3. We can leave this space for calculation later. When we get spot rate for year 1 and year 3, we come back here. Now, A2. Oh, space has finished. It's a serious matter. Anyway, the most important thing is that number 1. I'm trying to increase the space. Please, just 1 minute. I'm trying to expand. We are trying to expand the margin. Please, just 1 minute. Leah, Leah, where's your phone? Just 1 minute. It's loading. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Without that margin, just 1 minute. Let's continue with the class. So, yeah. Oh, you just angry today. What's the problem? Now we leave this space. Let's continue for here. We have defined 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. A2. 1 year forward rates at the end of year 2. That means year 2 is the commencement year. 1 year after year 2. That will take us to year 3. The formula becomes 2 to 3. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Year 2 is your commencement year. This can be defined as big brackets, small brackets, 1 plus R. 1 plus RO. This is your N. This is your N. 3 raised to power 3 divided by 1 plus RO 2 raised to power 2 1 over n minus n 3 minus 2 everything minus 1. Here we require RO2 spot rates for year 2. RO3 spot rates for year 3. Now, we require spot rates for year 1, year 2, year 3. How do we calculate spot rates? We now come here. Calculation of spot rates. Calculation of spot rates for year 1, year 2, and year 3. We are going to use using the information on default free bonds. We are going to use information on default free bond for the calculation of our spot rates. We have to be expanding this. So you are going to pick default free bond A. You are going to pick the first bond, default free. If you look at default free bond A, maturity is 1 year. Maturity of that bond is in 1 year. That information can be used to get spot rate for year 1. If you look at default free bond 2, maturity is for 2 years. That bond information can be used to get year 2 spot rates. If you look at Default-free bond 3 is for 3 years maturity. That information can be used to get spot rate for year 3. Let's go to it. Look at default-free bond A. Maybe I should copy it closer. To reduce the need to come to scroll up all the time. Let me copy this closer to my working. Let me paste this here. Please, I'm just waiting for the information to place it. All right, is there already? Now you click bond A, price is 105. Coupon rate 10%. Redemption 100. Maturity 1 year. Look at it for bond A. Remember we said the price of a bond is equal to price of bond A. Let's say bond A is equal to cash flow in year 1, 1 plus R in year 1, raised to power 1. Because this bond is for 1 year maturity. We know the price to be 105. Let's get the cash flow. Cash flow for bond A. Cash flow. Cash flow. Cash flow for bond A. Annual interest in year 1. Annual interest. That is 10% of the nominal value. Nominal value of this bond is 100. That is 10 naira in year 1. Then at the end of year 1, the bond will be redeemed. Redemption value. Redemption value of the bond Examiner say 100. Also in year 1. That means in year 1, the cash flow is, both cash flow will come in year 1. 110. Year 1. Now, the price is 105. That means 105 price is equal to cash flow in year 1, 110 over 1 plus R raised to power 1. What is R? Your R is first rate in year 1. What is R? We cross multiply. 105 bracket 1 plus R in year 1 raised to power 1 is equal to 110. Divide both sides by 105 so as to make subject of formula. Crash out, crash out. Please apply your calculator. 110 divided by 105. 110 divided by 105.
1.047 or 1.05.
You are going to get 1 point. Yeah, just 1 minute, Dr. Kevin. 1.0476. My system is auto-saving. Let's go. So we are going to 1 plus R in year 1 is equal to 1.0746. Make R the subject. R in year 1 is equal to 1.1 minus 1. Sorry. 1.0476 minus 1. Therefore, R in year 1 is equal to 0.047. In percentage, that will give you 4.76%. What you are saying is spot rate for year 1 is equal to 4.76. You have obtained spot rate. That is how to derive spot rate. Next, go to bond 2. Bond B. Bond B. Let me put B. Bond B maturity. Bond B maturity 2 years. The price of this bond. The price of bond B 96 naira. Coupon is 4%. Redemption on 100 naira. We can use this information to derive year 2 spot rate. Look at it. Price of a bond is equal to cash flow in year 1 plus R in year 1 raised to power 1 plus cash flow in year 2 1 plus R in year 2 raised to power 2. This bond is for 2 years. So we are going to stop the year 2. The price of the bond is 92. Cash flow in year 1. Annual interest. Interest is equal to 4% of 100 naira. 100 naira is the face value. That gives us 4 naira. Cash flow in year 2. Cash flow in year 2. Interest. 4% of 100 naira. 4 naira. Then redemption value. Redemption value. Examiner say 100 naira. That means cash flow in year 2. For year 2, the cash flow is, look at it, for year 2, 104. We are trying to calculate ROE year 2. The price is 96. Is equal to cash flow in year 1, 4 naira. 1 plus ROE year 1. Spot rate for year 1 has been calculated. 0.0476. Anything interest plus redemption divided by 1 plus RE year 2. We don't know yet. Rate to power RE year 2. 96 is equal to 4 divided by 1.047 3.818 plus 104 divided by 1 plus R in year 2 raised to power 2. Collect lifetime. This becomes 96 minus 3.818. If let me take this off. 104 divided by 1 plus R in year 2 raised to power 96 minus 3.818. You have 92.182. This is 92.182 is equal to 184. Now 140 jo. One oh four divided by 1 plus R. R here 2 raised to power cross multiply. 92.182 bracket 1 plus R in here 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 104. Divide both sides by 92.182. Divide here by 92.182. This we cancel out this. We are left with 1 plus R in here 2 raised to power 2 is equal to 104 divided by 92.182. We are going to get 1.1282. Then what do? You have square here. Square root, we move to this side, become square root. 1 plus R raised to power 2. R here 2 is equal to square root of 1.1282. Please get the square root. 1.1282. We have 1 plus R in here 2 is equal to 1.062. Maybe 622. Therefore, R in here 2 is equal to 1.0622 minus 1. R in here 2 is equal to 0.0622. In percentage, R in here 2 6.22%. That is spot rate for year 2. Spot rate for year 2 is equal to 6.22. Next. Bond C.
Sorry, sir. Is it possible for you? Is it possible for you to zoom out of your screen? Because I'm trying to document what you're writing, but you're moving too fast.
Yes, speak to me, Tayo.
Yes, I was saying that is it possible for you to zoom in a bit so that, because you're writing a bit fast. So when I want to write, you've already scrolled up.
Well, I'm sorry, I won't wait for this anyway. Is that clever?
What did you say?
I won't wait for that. What will happen is that the material will be shared. It's good you write. But if I say, let me be waiting for you, we are going to be here to 12.
Okay.
So if you're able to pick it, fine. But after the class, we are going to save the material and share with the class.
All right.
Maturity 3 years. So it's good you are writing, that's fine. It's only that if I say you want to wait for them to write, we have limited time.
No problem.
And reasonably, we should be able to cover about 90% of your syllabus. Reasonably. So please pardon me if I'm too fast.
No problem.
But see, maturity is 3 years. The price of this bond, look at your question, 98 naira. The coupon on this bond, 6%. Redemption of this bond, 100 naira. Now, cash flow from this bond. Annual interest. 6% of the face value. Face value of the bond is 100 naira. That is standard. That is 6 naira. Year 1. Annual interest again. %6 of 100 naira. That is 6 naira. Year 2. Remember, the bond is for 3 years. Annual interest again. So you are going to calculate interest from year 1 to maturity. 6 naira, year 3. Then at the end of the maturity, 3 years, redemption value. Redemption value is equal to 100 naira, year 3. Please always remember, at the end of year 3, at the end of the bond, you are going to have cash flows, annual interest plus the redemption value. The price of this bond is equal to cash flow in year 1, 1 plus R in year 1, raised to power 1, plus cash flow in year 2, 1 plus R in year 2, raised to power 2, plus cash flow in year 3, 1 plus R in year 3, raised to power 3. The bond is for 3 years. Just 1 minute. We are trying to increase the margin so that we can continue. I have 45 minutes more. Oh God, why is this thing taking? So that's how to get your, what we have demonstrated so far is how to calculate spot rates. What we have demonstrated so far is how to calculate spot rates. Let's continue. Our P year one. Annual interest for year one, 6 naira. Divided by 1 plus R in year one. R in year one is 0.0476 raised to power 1 plus cash flow in year two. Annual divided by 1 plus R in year two, 0.0622 raised to power 2 plus cash flow in year three. Annual interest plus redemption, 106. 1 plus R in year three raised to power 3. What is R in year three? Let's continue. 6 divided by 1.0476. Here you have 5.727. Please, you can do your calculation at home too. It's very important. Next. One point 0.0622 raised to power 2. Here you have 5.318 approximately. Plus 106 divided by 1 plus R in year 3 raised to power 3. Now sum these two together. 98 is equal to
11.044. 044.
11.045 is plus Any question, Tosi?
No, no, sir.
Plus 106 divided by 1 plus R in year 3 raised to power 3. Now collect like terms. You can go to the next page. $98 minus 11.045 is equal to 106 divided by plus R in year 3 raised to power 3. 98 minus 11.045. You have 86.955. 86.955 is equal to 106, 1 plus R raised to power 3, bracket 3. Cross multiply. 86.955 bracket 1 plus R in year 3 raised to power 3 is equal to 106. Divide both sides by 86.955. 86.955. This cancel out. We are left with 1 plus R in year 3 raised to power 3 is equal to 1.106 divided by 86.955. 1.291. What next? 3 here. This will move here become root of 3. 1 plus R in year 3 is equal to root 3, 1.219. Our root 3, second function is 1.219. That gave us 1.068. 1 plus R in year 3 is equal to 1.068. What is R in year 3? R in year 3 is equal to 1.068 minus 1. That will give you 0.068. If percentage R in year 3 is equal to 6.8%. You have gotten spot rates for year 1, 2, 3. Look at it. RO1 spot rates for year 1 is equal to 4.76%. RO2 spot rates for year 2 is equal to 6.22%. R to 3 spot rates for year 3 is equal to 6.8%. Or we can put 2. $6.82. You can now, to calculate your forward rate, you require the spot rate. This spot rate is calculated from default free bond. You can compute your forward rate now. Let's go back to the first page. Look at it. 1 year forward, 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1. Look at the formula. F1 to 3 is equal to 1 plus spot rate in year 3, 0.0682 raised to power 3 divided by 1 plus R. Spot rate for year 1, 0.0476 raised to power 1. Close your brackets. 1 over 2 minus 1. Please work this out and give us the final answer. Please let us apply the class 1 plus 0.0682, close my bracket, raised to power 3 divided by bracket 1 plus 0.0476 raised to power 1. That will give you 1.163444. You are going to have F is equal to 1.16348886 raised to power R minus 1. Now come here. Raised to power R 0.5. Then you are going to get, let me create space more. Quick one. Oh,
continue with the class. No, not you.
It will be 0.0786.
What's your problem? Why you stop sharing now? Oh no, this is not the one you should share now. I'm just trying to expand the margins more. Okay, let's go to it. Our F123 is equal to 1.07865 minus 1. That will give us F123 is equal to 0.07865. Approximately, you can do forward rates 7.866% or 867. This is 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. This is 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. Yeah. Now look at it. 1 year forward rates at the end of year 2. You can calculate that quickly. Let's move this up. Look at the formula. It becomes F2 to 3 is equal to 1 plus 0.0682 over 1 plus 0.0622 raised to power 2. This is portrait for year 2, portrait for year 3. Everything 1/3 minus 2. Everything minus 1. Work this out. F23 is equal to 1 plus 0.0862 raised to power 3 divided by 1 plus 0.0622 raised to power 2 you are going to get 1.0803 raised to power 1 minus 1. F23 1.0803 minus 1. That will give you 0.0803. In percentage, forward rates 0.080, approximately 8%. You have calculated forward rates. The major aspect we want to explain tonight is that requirement A. Other requirement has been treated before. We can still do it too. We have finished requirement A. Look at requirement B. You are considering buying a 3-year 9% annual coupon paying bond with a face value of 1,000 naira. The bond is default free bond. Look at that statement. The bond you are considering to buy is a default free bond. This bond is for 3 years. The coupon rate is 9%. The face value is 1,000. Examiner says, B1, calculate the price of the bond and its yield to maturity. So you want to calculate the price of a default free bond. In that case, you are going to use default spot rates. Default free bond spot rates. Let's go to this quickly. B1 calculates price of a default free bond. Maturity of the bond, 3 years. Face value of the bond, 1,000. Coupon rate on this bond, 9%. Get the expected cash flow. Expected cash flows. Annual interest for year 1 to maturity. Annual interest. 9% of 1,000. 90 naira year 1. Annual interest again. 90 naira year 2. Annual interest again. 90 naira year 3. Then at the end of year 3, redemption value of the bond. Examiner is silent about the redemption value of this bond. In that case, you are going to assume that the bond will be redeemed at par. Redemption value at par. The par value is the face value. You can now calculate price of this bond. Price of this bond is equal to cash flow in year 1, 90 naira. 1 plus R in year 1. R in year 1. What is the spot rate for year 1? 0.0476 raised to power 1. Plus cash flow in year 2, 90 naira. What is the spot rate in year 2? We are using default free spot rates because the bond is default free. 1 plus R in year 2, 0.0622 raised to power 2. Plus cash flow in year 3. Your cash flow in year 3, annual interest plus the redemption value, 1,090 divided by cash flow in year 3. Rate in year 3, 0.0682 raised to power 3. What is the price of this bond? Please apply or calculate. And tell us the price of the bond. The price of this bond one 1,059.98. 1,059.98. Please apply your calculator and send in your answer. That is the price of bond, of the bond. You can approximate for convenience 1,060. You can approximate for convenience. We have gotten the price of the bond. We now need to calculate the yield to maturity of the bond. This thing just angry. Let's go on with the class. We can approximate this to become price of the bond 1060. The margin again. To calculate right here, don't forget the yield to maturity of a bond is the internal rate of return of the cash flows for the bond. Do not forget the yield to maturity of a bond is the internal rate of return of the cash flow from the bond. The same way we calculate internal rate of return. Let's go to this. Okay. Next, calculate yield to maturity. You have your year 0. You can do an it year 1 to 2. Or you can do it 1 set. Year 1, year 2, year 3. To save time, pick your cash flow. For year 0, what is the price of the bond? That will be in brackets 1060. Year 1, annual interest, 90. Year 2, annual interest, 90. Year 3, annual interest plus redemption. What is the internal rate of return of this cash flow? We are going to assume a discount rate. One that will give you a positive NPV. And one that will give you a negative NPV. Return here. Discount rate, let's say 10%. This is 1, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751. Get your present value. 1060 negative. Next. 81, 81, 74, 34. This will give you 81.81, 74.34, 818.59, 818.59. Get the NPV.
Minus 84.
The NPV here,
84.89.
85.26 negative. $85, please. At 10%, NPV is negative. We need to reduce the discount rates. Let's try 5%. This is 1, 0.952, 0.907, 0.864. Present value. $5.6. Here you have 1060, 85.68, 81.63, 0.68, 81.63, 941.76, 941.76. The NPV 49.07. NPV 49.07. Compute your YTM. YTM is equal to small discount rates, lower discount rates 5, plus positive NPV 49.07 divided by 49.07 plus 85.26 multiplied by 10 minus 5. Please work this out. What is the yield to maturity?
7%.
I
Or 6.8, sha. You can approximate. Mm-hmm.
6.83%. That is the yield to maturity of this bond. Part of the question says, explain why an investor may not realize the calculated YTL. You have calculated 6.83. Now you are now asked to explain 3 reasons why the investor may be unable to realize the calculated YTL. There are 3 reasons. We have answered this question severally. Reason number 1 is where the investor failed to maintain the investment for 3 years. If the bond is not held to maturity, where the bond is not held to maturity, investor will not realize the calculated YTL. Reason number 2, if the interest cash flow is not reinvested at the rate of the YTL, if the interest cash flow is not reinvested at the rate of the YTL, the investor will not realize the calculated YTL. Number 3 reason, if the coupon cash flows are not received promptly as at when the investor may not realize the calculated YTL. Look at the reasons here. Reason number 1, timely receipt of the associated cash flow. If the coupons and the redemption value are not received as at when due, the realized yield will be less than 6.3% because of the time value of money. Number 2 reason, reinvestment risk. If the coupon received at the end of year 1 and at the end of year 2 are not reinvested at the rates are invested at a rate lower than 6.8, then the realized yield will be lower. Number 3 reasons. Price risk. If the bond is not hedged to maturity, the investor may realize capital gain or loss when the bond is sold prior to maturity. This is called price risk. Please note this. We have just 1 minute. We even get the question said. That is the question. B3. 1 year after purchasing the bond at the price you have calculated, and if there are no changes in market interest rates. Now look at that question. We are going to round up now. 1 year after purchasing the bond at the price you have calculated. We have calculated a price of 1,060 naira. And if there are no changes in market interest rates, 1 year after, interest rates remain unchanged. Do you expect the price of the bond to increase or fall or to remain the same? To answer that question, the bond is purchased at a premium. The price is 1,060 naira. 1,060 naira is the price of the bond. Face value of the bond is 1,000 naira. That means the price of the bond is higher than the face value. That is premium bond. That is premium bond. At maturity, the price will be 1,000. That means if interest rate remain unchanged, the bond we buy for 1,060 naira. The price will continue to fall until it gets to 1,000 naira. So your answer is the price of the bond will be expected to fall. This is because the bond is issued at a premium, and the bond will mature at its face value. Let me copy the answer and give you. Yeah, look at the answer here. I'm trying to paste the explanation. So we are done with tonight's class. Now you are going to look at the last requirement. The last requirement says estimate modified duration. The last requirement says estimate your modified duration. To calculate modified duration, I'm going to give you the formula. You are going to calculate your duration. Modified duration is calculated as duration divided by 1 plus white year. Modified duration is calculated as the duration divided by 1 plus the white year. So please write this down. Modified duration calculated is equal to duration divided by 1 plus the yield to maturity. So you are going to take that home. Calculate the modified duration of this bond. All right. Look at the answer here. 1 year after purchasing the bond at the price you have calculated. And if there are no changes in market interest rate, you expect the price of the bond to increase, fall, or remain constant. Explain. The bond is a premium bond. Generally, the price of a premium bond falls with passage of time, holding interest rate constant. The reason for this is that at maturity, the market value and the face value must be the same. Since the face value will be paid at maturity, so the market value of the bond at the end of year 1 will be less than the current market value.
Verification. We shall be
Sorry, please, can you just reiterate the modified duration computation again? You said duration over 1 times.
So I don't want to say the formula. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to say the formula again. It's because the system has been saving. Look at it. Okay. Modified duration. Where's my pen? Modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus white YTN. We have calculated the YTN. YTN is equal to 6.83%. Now you are going to calculate the duration. Duration calculations. Now we have solved like 3 questions involving calculation of duration. You are going to calculate your duration. It has 3 steps. When you get your answer, the answer you are going to get, let me tell you, you are going to get a duration of 2.80 when you compute. When you get your duration, you can now calculate modified duration. MD, modified duration, is equal to duration 2.80 divided by 1 plus 0.0863. You can now calculate your modified duration. You are going to get, because of time, I can't calculate duration again now. That might take another 30 minutes or less than. So we are now going to calculate 2.8 divided by 1.0683. That will give you 2.62. It takes time for you to put this in. $2.62. You can now interpret, it's going to be percentage. So your modified duration is 2.62. You can now interpret what you have computed. You can interpret what you have computed. Let me copy the interpretation. So when you get back, you can reconfirm the calculation of duration. Look at the interpretation. I'm trying to paste it. But why is pasting? Let me explain it. This modified duration it measures approximate change in bond value or bond price. Where there is a small change in interest rates, modified duration measures approximate change in the price of a bond. Where there is a small change as a result of small change in interest rates. Now, to interpret this, if interest rate should increase by 1%, if interest rates changes by 1%, value of the bond will change by 2.62%. Hello. If you are to interpret this, if market interest rates change by 1%, value of the bond will change by 2.62%. That is, if market interest rates increase by 1%, value of bond will fall by 2.62%. If market interest rates should increase by 1%, value of the bond will fall by 2.62%. Alternatively, if market interest rates should fall by 1%, value of the bond will rise by 2.62%. We are done with the question. When you get the material shared, go through the notes. What we have explained is stated in the notes. Thank you for your patience.